Hey guys, Ricardo here. Welcome to another blog tech tips. In today's tutorial, guys, I'm going to show you some battery saving tips. Now, these tips are meant to save you the most on your battery on your S26 Ultra. So we have a S26 Ultra here. And in order to preserve your battery, this is what you do. Now, one of the first things you want to do in terms of battery, if you notice here, if we go to your settings, you'll notice in settings, we're on the light theme. It's always a good idea to change to the dark theme. And the reason is because of the type of display that's in your device. The display itself can actually save on power. When something black is displayed, it will actually allow, once a pixel is off, it's actually totally off or blank and it's not consuming any power. So the more black you can display, the better it is on your eyes and also for power saving. So go to display, change to dark mode. So as you can see here, we're now in dark mode, and dark mode is now active and it causes the menus to go dark or black. All right, so as you can see here, my menus is now black. Next, on the same dark theme, we want to go and find a wallpaper. So for example, this wallpaper is filled with colors. If you can get a dark wallpaper, it would really help. So let me show you, for example, again, a black wallpaper. It's not perfectly black. However, it does have themes that portray blackness. So as black as possible. So I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to say set as wallpaper. And I'm going to say for the home screen in this case, but it's best to set it for both home screen and the lock screen. All right, so we're gonna hit done. There you go. So now you have a black wallpaper and you also have the dark theme. This will save a lot on power in terms of your battery consumption. All right, guys, next you want to go to your settings. Under settings, guys, go to battery. Once you're in your battery here, you'll see a bunch of stuff. Remember that whenever you're running low on power, to turn on power saving. Now, power saving will basically place your device into a mode, and you can see here at what level power saving actually turns on. So right here, it shows that my device is limited to 80% charge. So for example here, make sure that battery protection is on. In my case, this one is not only, it will help with overall battery life, but also with battery health. So make sure that you set it to 80% and set it on maximum. What that does is to preserve the overall battery health by reserving a section, meaning my phone only charges to 80%. So that's one is more in terms of battery health. So that's just a bonus tip. You don't have to do that one. That will have overall to keep your battery. Next, make sure that as you can see here, you see where I have here that it says it will dim the screen when battery is below 5%. Make sure that is done. That way it will save on power to make sure when you're going down to those last remaining batteries, battery percentages will actually preserve the battery. Go to charge setting and make sure that you have the charging set to maximize charging whenever you plug it in. Battery information, you can see the health and overall of your battery there. Guys, in alignment with the tips, make sure that you use power saving. So for example, let's say today I am in need of extra power saving. Like for example, I did not charge my phone up overnight, and you can turn on power saving. You'll see that it's on with that leaf beside the battery. All right, so as you can see here, once power saving is on, you can put it on standard if you want to maximize your battery, especially for a day you're not where you're able to charge. Set it to maximum, and then later on when you are able to charge and you're back to normal, you can actually turn off the power saving. But next, you can make sure this one is on as well to put unused apps to sleep. So what's gonna happen is that if an app is unused, it will put it to sleep. You can actually look at apps that are slated for deep sleep. That way they won't run in the background if you're not using them and consume a lot of power. All right. Thing, guys, go ahead and look at the apps that are consuming most of your energy. So for example, Instagram consumes a lot of power. You can actually make sure that the app is running fine. So let's say, for example, this one, our photo editor, I did a lot of photo editing. YouTube, that's consuming a lot of power. What you want to do is make sure those apps are up to date. So go to your Google Play Store. You're going to search for those apps, or you're going to check for the latest updates. So you're going to go into your settings. You're going to go to settings here. click on manage apps and devices, then go to manage, and then of course updates. Make sure that your apps are updated. So for example here, you're going to make sure that all of the critical apps are up to date. All right, so once you update your apps and keep them up to date, it should keep your device running. Also, make sure that the system itself, which is the Samsung system, is running. So make sure that you check for the latest software updates, check for updates, and keep your device updated, which will keep it optimized in terms of power usage. All right, so if you do all of those things, guys, you should be able to keep your S26 Ultra battery running for longer, meaning you'll get maximum amount of battery. And of course, you can preserve overall battery health. Hope this was useful. If you have any questions, you can ask them below. Or if you have your own personal tips, you can actually share them. So see you in the next one, guys. Bye.